You spent so much of your life wondering if you're on the right path, if you're missing signs, missing timing, missing chances. You've looked at other people and thought, why does it work out for them so easily? Why not me? But the truth is, you can't miss what's already yours. Abraham Hicks and Neville Goddard both taught this same quiet law of the universe. Nothing meant for you can pass you by, because you are the one calling it into being. Neville said, creation is finished. Everything that will ever exist already exists in consciousness. Abraham said, it's already in your vortex. 2 voices, 1 message. What's yours vibrationally is already done energetically. The only delay is your doubt. Think about it like this. You don't have to chase your future. You're walking toward it naturally. The unseen parts of your desire are assembling themselves behind the curtain while you're worrying it's taking too long. Every inspired idea, every setback, every conversation that redirects you, it's all the unfolding. When you release control, you make space for what's already waiting. Abraham often says, if you knew how close you were, you'd never doubt again. Neville said it differently. You are already that which you wish to be. Your refusal to believe it is the only reason you do not see it. They were both talking about the same frequency, the state of certainty. Not blind hope, but quiet knowing, the state that says, it's mine because it always was. You see, when you think you've missed something, you step out of alignment with it, begin to broadcast the signal of absence, not presence. The universe doesn't punish you for that, it simply mirrors it back. Abraham calls this contradicting vibration. Neville called it failure to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Both are describing resistance. But the good news, you can drop resistance instantly. You can return to alignment with 1 breath, 1 thought, 1 remembering. Because it's impossible to miss what's already coded into your consciousness. Imagine you're watching a movie, but you've only seen the first 20 minutes. You wouldn't panic that the ending hasn't shown up yet. You know it's already been filmed. You're just catching up to it in time. That's what your life is. It's already been filmed vibrationally. You're simply moving through the frames. Neville would tell you to persist in the assumption. Abraham would tell you to relax and allow. One says faith, the other says flow, but both are saying the same thing. Stop checking if it's working. Start trusting that it is. When you believe you can miss something, you live in anxiety. You chase, compare, overthink, and worry that you've lost your chance. But when you realize you can't miss what's yours, you relax. You stop gripping. You stop micromanaging. You start magnetizing. Because energy doesn't respond to fear, it responds to frequency. The feeling of safety, faith, and expectation. That's the signal that says, I'm ready now. Abraham says, if it's in your vortex, it's yours. Neville says, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Both are describing the same law. Your desire is the universe recognizing itself through you. You didn't imagine it randomly. You imagined it because it already exists in potential. You felt it because it's already connected to you vibrationally. When you understand that, missing becomes impossible. Every delay becomes divine timing. Every detour becomes direction. Every rejection becomes redirection. The universe doesn't say no. It says not like that. There's an easier way. Neville once said, you are the operant power. Abraham said, you are the creator of your own reality. You can't lose what's already part of you. You can only forget it for a while. And that's okay. Forgetting is part of remembering. Resistance is part of alignment. It's the contrast that sharpens your clarity. So what do you do now? You stop searching for signs that it's coming. You start being the person who knows it's already here. You drop the question of when. You rest in the frequency of now. You act from peace instead of panic. Stop chasing the energy. You become it. You'll notice that when you stop worrying about losing things, you start attracting them faster. Because you're no longer vibrating in fear of loss, you're vibrating in faith of certainty. Abraham would say, when you stop asking, you start receiving. Neville would say, when you feel it real, it becomes real. Same frequency, different words, both lead to the same peace. The one that says, it's done. You can't miss the person meant for you. You can't miss the opportunity that belongs to your frequency. You can't miss the path that matches your vibration, because the vibration is you. You can't lose what's connected to you by law. The law of attraction isn't about chance, it's about resonance. The law of assumption isn't about waiting, It's about being. And both collapse time the moment you relax. Abraham said, "Everything you want is downstream." Neville said, "You already are." Downstream and being, that's the same river. So breathe, relax. It's already written. Your job isn't to make it happen. Your job is to stay open enough to receive what's already yours.